Hey guys, John here. I figured I'd do something that's never been done here on YouTube.com. It's a video where I complain about things. And it's in a top 10 list format. Very innovative. Training. Company training is basically a weeks-long job interview that you have to pay like $5,000 to attend. And even if you get your CDL through a school, you still have to spend weeks on the road with a trainer before they'll give you a truck of your own. And these trucks are barely big enough for two people, let alone two strangers with differing political opinions. DOT. Department of Transportation officials have the ability to pull you over at any time. Fourth Amendment v. gosh darn to heck. And they love to write tickets. They're always watching, and I can't thank them enough for their hard work keeping America's highways safe. Bad trucking companies. There's a lot of straight up evil companies out there. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear in order to get you behind the wheel, and then they'll give you bad equipment and an even worse paycheck. Exploitative lease purchase programs and low-paying carriers that rely on the naivety of new drivers give the industry a bad name, and they cause people who would have otherwise been great long-term employees to leave the industry and never come back. Pay structure. A lot of companies still pay drivers in cents per mile only, which means that you get paid less in bad weather or traffic, and you get paid nothing at all for fueling or sweeping out trailers or doing paperwork or waiting for the office people to find you a load. Yeah, the overall pay is pretty good, but the knowledge that your time is somehow worth more when you're speeding is whack. Irregular sleep. Okay, so the big rule in trucking is that after driving for 11 hours in one day, you have to take a 10-hour break. But there's no rule about respecting your body's natural sleeping and waking cycle. Let's say you work Monday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. There's no rule that says you can't pick up a load at 7 p.m. on Tuesday and then work until 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Occasionally, you'll have to flip-flop your sleep cycle like this multiple times in a week. Doing this makes you feel like
a bunch of garbage.
And I'm pretty sure it's in violation of the Geneva Convention. Bathrooms. Imagine your bathroom. Now imagine that there's 5 large men that live inside of it, and they are continually, violently relieving themselves. What you've just imagined is my bathroom. That's my exact bathroom. I have no other bathroom. There are always 5 large men inside of it, and the smell is horrific. Isolation. Say goodbye to birthdays, date nights, game nights, family dinners, parties, and concerts. When you're a long-haul trucker, you're in quarantine all the time. I mean, okay, you do get to go home sometimes, but 2 days, 2 times a month is not enough time to live a fulfilling life, full stop. I started feeling like part of my soul had died after 6 months of OTR, so I cannot imagine how people do this job for 30 years straight. Health. Speaking of dying, it's hard to find the motivation to exercise and eat healthy out on the road. Don't get me wrong, it's possible. I've seen plenty of guys lifting weights in the parking lot or running laps around their truck at night, and there's plenty of creative ways to cook healthy meals using the truck's inverter for electricity. But finding the willpower to resist the smell of French fries and the siren song of Hulu in an environment where you've been robbed of nearly every other source of serotonin, that's the hard part. This part is not a goof, so if you're actually thinking about driving one of these things, this part is for you. You're on the highway for 11 hours a day, and that's 11 hours a day when you hold the lives of the general public in your hands. It's really dangerous to drive something that weighs 40 tons and is the size of a small building. You gotta be aware of the consequences of making a mistake out here because they are dire and they will follow you for the rest of your life. My CDL instructor, first thing he said to us when we got to school was that truck driving is the only career where you can go into it with good intentions and come out of it in a jail cell. And that is true. And if anyone's thinking about doing this, listen to your instructors, listen to the old guys that have been out here for a long time. And for the love of God, just do everything you can to be safe, because trucking is really dangerous and it should not be taken lightly. Okay, back to the video. Since that was second on the list, you're probably wondering what number one is going to be. Well, I'll tell you. The number one worst thing about truck driving is hemorrhoids. Well, that's my top 10, or bottom 10 if you will, and there's so many bad things that I didn't mention. Bad dispatchers, bad weather, breakdowns, tire chains, having to move your stuff from one truck to another. Well, let me know your least favorite things about trucking in the comments. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button to hear me complain about more things in the future. Goodbye!